Welcome to the final video in our 5-part video series about data-driven dropshipping and the upcoming release of my Advanced Dropshipping Academy. I just want to stop for a moment and say thank you to everyone who has watched this video series so far. I have received so many messages and emails from passionate, motivated entrepreneurs who can't wait to get started. And the early bird waitlist I put out there has grown a lot bigger than I ever expected it would. In fact, right now, there are far more people on that early bird waitlist than I can accept in the Academy. So if you're not already on the list and you want to increase your chances of getting a spot, then just click the link below this video right now. Over the last week or so, I've received dozens of questions about data-driven dropshipping and the upcoming Academy release. So instead of just sort of replying to every message one by one, I thought it would be a lot easier just to record this video and answer everyone's questions in one place. So if you sent me a message and I haven't gotten back to you for whatever reason, then I apologize. My inbox is literally crammed with messages about this launch. Before I jump into the questions, I just want to recap everything that we've covered in this video series so far. If you've watched the last 4 videos, then you know that data-driven dropshipping is by far the best way to build a 6-figure dropshipping business from scratch without any prior experience or technical skills. I showed you how you can make your life a lot easier and get results really fast with focusing on the benefits and not just the features of your product. And I also walked you through the entire end-to-end blueprint so you can get results fast using the data-driven dropshipping method. Now, with that being said, I'm excited to announce that the registration for version 4.0 of my Advanced Dropshipping Academy is about to open in the next couple of days, and I'll be accepting a small handful of new students into that release so I can show them exactly how to build a successful dropshipping business from scratch. You can literally watch over my shoulder as I show you how to find 6-figure winning products, how to build a high converting online store, and how to use the power of data-driven dropshipping while being there for you and helping you every single step along the way within my private students group. This release isn't going to be, a bunch of abstract theory, but rather a step-by-step blueprint to building that profitable dropshipping business, even if you don't have any prior experience or technical skills. Now, as promised, in this video, I'm going to be answering some of the most common questions that I received over the last week, and pretty much the most common one that I got was people asking me if they're able to do this, if they've never sold anything online before, if they've never done anything with Shopify or paid ads, can they still do this? And the answer to that is yes. Inside the Academy, we're going to walk you through every single step you need to take so you can just follow it along and learn as you go. You don't need any prior experience or technical skills to get started, but you do need to learn and understand the fundamentals of running an e-commerce business. And this is something that we focus heavily on in the Academy. So once you fully understand it, you can do this yourself, even if you're a complete beginner. Because everything is broken down into bite-sized chunks, so you never feel overwhelmed. We had a student called Tanner who joined us in the previous release of the Academy, and he had no prior experience, but not long after joining, he smashed his monthly goal in just 7 days, which was great to see. The next question I got was, how quickly can I launch my store and start making profit? And the answer to this is really that it comes down to you and how efficient you are with your time and how consistent you can be as well. But we do have a step-by-step process in the Academy that walks you through all the tasks that you need to complete to get everything launched. And if you stick to the plan, then you should be able to launch within a couple of weeks. But again, this is really down to you and how quickly you want to start seeing profits. Some people will do it a lot quicker, others will take a little longer, and that's totally fine. In terms of sort of time per day, you only need to invest a few hours a day to make it work. I personally built up a 6-figure business around a full-time job by working a few hours in the evenings and the weekends. So you really don't need to put too much time into it in comparison to other business models, but obviously the more you can put into it, the better, because you're putting more time into your business and putting more effort into it. One of our students, Shannon, did over $1 million with his store, and he did that around his job and his family commitments. He had a young child. So he managed to build up a $1 million business by just trying to do it whenever he can around his commitments. So yes, the amount of time you put into this is entirely up to you, but the more you can do, the better chance you've got of success. Another common question that I got asked was, what are the initial costs to get started with a dropshipping business? And what I generally say to people with this is that the initial costs to get the store online are pretty low in comparison to other business models. You really just need a domain, which costs around $20 a year. And then after that, you're gonna have your Shopify platform where you host the website. You usually get a 2-week free trial with that, but after that is $29 a month. There are a number of extras you can sort of add to your store to enhance the sort of customer's experience, and a lot of these come with extended free trials. Most of the ones that I recommend to you in the Academy end up paying for themselves anyway. So even though they might cost a little bit of money kind of monthly at first, you're talking $30, $40, $50, they're technically free because of that return on investment you get once you start making sales. Now, because it's dropshipping, you don't need to buy any stock up front, so product cost is never really an issue because the customer pays for it. And then the only other thing you need to pay for is advertising, driving that traffic, driving visitors to your store. And when it comes to advertising, how much you spend spend on that is entirely up to you. You can advertise for as little as $5 a day, and then as you start to see profits, you start to scale. When I first started, I was spending £5 a day because that's all I could afford. But before I knew it, I was spending $5,000 a day profitably because I scaled it up. So ultimately, advertising is really down to you, down to your budget constraints and how quickly you want to see results. Because at the end of the day, spending more doesn't mean you will make more sales. It just means you will reach more people. And that's something that you need to really understand when you're running paid ads. So control your budget and don't rush things. I mean, the strategies in the academy have been proven to work at either $5 per day as a budget or even $5,000 per day. You should start low and gradually scale as you see profit until you fully understand everything. That way you're not going to waste any money by doing things wrong. I suppose that's one of the biggest benefits of joining the academy is we can help you avoid making expensive mistakes and speed up that learning curve, so you save a bunch of time as well as you get to reach your goals even quicker, kind of thing. So yeah, definitely knowing how to do this is really important. But when it comes to your budget, really up to you. It just speeds up the results the more you have, but those results are positive or negative depending on the offer and the product and how you've managed to implement things as well. The next question I got asked was, do we offer support inside the academy? What if you get stuck? Well, once you enroll in the academy, you get as much help as you want, as many times as you need. There is no limit on how many questions you can ask. If you have a problem, then just let us know through the private students group and we'll be there to help you. You're going to be supported by myself, my team, and our most successful students are also in there answering questions from other people. So any problems you've got, any questions you've got, you can get help in that private group and get the support you need through every single stage, from products, website, to marketing, to scaling, whatever it is, you can get the help that you need the most. Another question that I got asked was, can I only advertise in the country that I'm in? And the answer to that is no. You can advertise to any location you want to. At the end of the day, dropshipping is a location neutral business model. You can ship products all around the world extremely easily, so it doesn't matter which country you're based in. The only thing that matters is that you have an internet connection, a laptop, and the motivation to make this work. So yeah, you can go from Sweden to France, and France to Spain, and England to America. It doesn't really matter. You can advertise to wherever you want, sell your products in any country you want. It's really up to you. Another question that I seem to get asked a lot, which always surprises me, is dropshipping real? And the answer to that is yes. Dropshipping is a legitimate business model. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme, as some people think. It's a retail fulfillment model. Companies like Wish, Wayfair, they dropship. Basically, any company that ships directly from a supplier to their customer is dropshipping. So yeah, it's real. You're building an e-commerce business at the end of the day using a certain type of fulfillment model called dropshipping. So it's 100% real. It's just basically e-commerce. You're building an e-com store and using that retail model. That's all you're doing. And it's a great opportunity for people who want to create a side business without having to buy a bunch of stock up front. You can just get started with very little. So yeah, it's definitely real. Another question I got asked was, aren't there too many people trying to dropship these days? And the answer to that is there are millions of products to choose from. There are billions of potential customers. Understanding your unique selling point is going to make you stand out from everyone else for sure, but the market is huge. And it's growing at an exponential rate. It's hard to understand just how big it actually is, and there might be a lot of people trying to do this, but let me tell you, most of them are doing it wrong. Okay, now a bit of competition is a good thing, but you don't need to compete with Amazon and other brands and things like that to be successful. You just need to have a good product and you need to know how to market the right way. And then once you do that, you can make a very successful business that can increase your income, even if you're still working. And over time, you would start to scale it until you can finally quit your job, and then you can focus on your business full time. So yeah, there is a lot of people trying to do this. Obviously, it's a lot more popular than it was in, say, 2014, but most people are still doing it wrong. Okay, most people don't know how to do this, which is why we have the academy. It's going to teach you everything that you need to know, the fundamentals of selling online with e-commerce. You're going to learn everything you need to know step by step in order to do this the right way. And I suppose this leads me on to the next question that I get is people asking me, will people buy from me? Why will people buy from me? The reason for that, the reason why people buy from you is they trust your offer. If you have an online store that looks good, it has great reviews and has a product that they want, they will buy. It's an impulse purchase. But it's important that you have built a brand around the product you're trying to sell. And this is something we cover in detail inside the academy, so you know exactly what you need to do. If you just fire up a pop-up store and do a dailydealsforyou.com and sell some random crap, it's not going to work. You have to position yourself as the market leader around that product for this to really work. And this is, again, something we focus heavily on in the academy. Another popular question that I got was, how do I receive money from my orders? Well, it's quite simple, to be honest. When a customer pays for an order on your website, that money will be deposited into your bank account or PayPal account, within a few days. It doesn't take that long. Obviously, you then use that cash flow to manage your business in terms of running platform costs, ad costs, product costs, things like that. But as long as you have that high converting store, as long as you're driving traffic at a good cost, the customers will be paying for you to run the business, and this is where you get that return on investment. So it basically just gets deposited into the bank account or PayPal account of your choice, and then you choose what to do with it as you wish from that point. So many people make the mistake of relying on one source of income, which for most people is their 9-to-5 job. And if you want to break free, you need multiple sources of income, especially with cost of living going through the roof. And that's why having your own dropshipping business is so powerful. There's really no limit to how far you can go with it. And maybe one day you'll be sat here teaching people how to do this as well. So hopefully through this video I've answered some of those kind of most popular questions. Hopefully I've answered your questions as well. I'm also going to put together a video on a landing page with more information, has more of a detailed outline of kind of what's included in the academy, and that'll be going live over the next few days. So keep an eye out for that being announced. Because here's the thing, as much as I'd like to help everyone build a successful dropshipping business, I simply can't answer every question I have if I have a large influx of students at the same time. So I prefer keeping my academy groups small and intimate. That way I can really be there for my students and make sure everyone gets a lot of support and hand holding as they kind of move towards their goals. So please understand that this release of the academy is limited and spots will be granted on a first come first served basis. So if you want to be a part of it, you have to act immediately once that registration opens. If you signed up for the early bird waitlist already, you're lucky because your chances of getting into the academy are a lot higher. I'm going to be sending out sort of an email to everyone on that early bird waitlist shortly with a special early bird registration link. One reason why I created an early bird waitlist is so you can get access before everyone else. But to secure your spot, you need to act immediately once you get that early bird registration email. And in case you weren't able to sign up to the early bird waitlist in time, you might still be able to get a spot in the upcoming release if you keep an eye out on your social media newsfeed. As soon as you see an ad or an announcement that the doors to the academy are open, then just click on the link and that will be taking you straight to a registration page where you can secure your spot inside. It's likely that there will be a rush to the registration page since there are far too many people lined up for this limited release already, but if you follow those instructions, you can definitely increase your chances of getting a spot. With that being said, I can't wait to see the amazing results that my new students are going to get, and I can't wait to see who will be the next student to hit that 6-figure dropshipping business. But that's all from me for now. I hope you enjoyed this video series. I hope you learned some stuff from it, and I'm looking forward to hitting the ground running and getting to work with all the new students in a few days from now. Thanks for watching this video series. We're going to be back to kind of normal videos over the next couple of weeks as well once the academy launches. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. Thanks for sticking around to the end of this series, and I hope you make it into the academy. So I'll speak to you soon.